So I did not think that people would actually uncover this so quickly, but they have, and now it turns out we have some big news on 2 potential new DLCs for Hogwarts Legacy. It's either going to make you really happy or overall sad, but I'll leave that for you to decide. Now on top of that, we have an update to exclusive outfits that you can get, providing that you are, well, on time. Now to add to this, we have a map feature that has taken me a embarrassingly long time to figure out, but I figured it out, and once you figure out, it's a game changer. And no, I'm not talking about the day and night option, but what I'm talking about is really cool. Now, tons to get through, and I'd like to know one thing you want to see in this game. Let me know in the comments below. It don't matter how crazy it is. A like is appreciated, but turn that into a dislike if you get to the end and you didn't enjoy the video. So, first things first, a DLC for Hogwarts Legacy, or should we say 2 DLCs for Hogwarts Legacy. Now this has been a very hot topic. Now we already know the potential DLC content for this game is ridiculously good, and well, someone has found a certain something just hanging around in the files, so to say. So thanks to a PC user who dug through the Steam files for this game, they found 2 interesting slots that literally say, quote unquote, DLC unused. Now I won't show the actual screenshot, but the wild part is there's a bunch of other things there on that list that have file sizes as well next to them, except these 2. Now with these 2 next to them where there is meant to be the file size, it simply says, and I quote, no size. So what does this mean, and what is actually going on? Well, we have 2 situations. Firstly, it's that a DLC has already been pre-planned, as they were already able to, I guess you could say, pre-predict the game's success. Now what that DLC could entail could literally be anything. I mean, it's downloadable content after all, so it can be from a minigame or a new game mode right down to a full-fledged DLC regarding the story. Now that is what most fans hope for, right? And if anything, at the top of that list is by far, and at this moment in time, completely unmatched, a Quidditch DLC. But this is just speculation. Now, this does take us to the second outcome, which I guess you could say for the most part is the sad part, but it's a bit more realistic. Now, it turns out to be that the Thestral and Dark Arts pack are technically classed as downloadable content. So it could very much be a situation where that's what those 2 files are actually regarding. But of course the first option sounds a lot more better, and again, it's really something right at the top of that list that a lot of people are curious about. Could they have gone ahead and already done it and pre-predict it and potentially done a DLC? I guess we'll have to find out, but I'm keen to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and I guess the big part here is the fact that it's in the game files. Had it not been named like that in the files as well, then it also would have been a complete different story. As I say, the potential for this DLC in the game is beyond crazy if they can pull it off, because there are so many angles to approach it from. Now, exclusive drops in the game for outfits, something that has been happening this past week, and if you've been like me and completely missed it all, then fear not. Now, a community manager for WB Avalanche who is called Chandler said the following: "We know many of you didn't get the Merlin's Cloak Twitch drop during our streams this week. We are planning on more opportunities for you to get this cloak at various times over the next couple of weeks, more details to come." Now this has actually got me super excited, as at first I wasn't really in a rush, so to say, to catch the drops on their streams, but then when I saw it I was like, wow, I've actually just missed that. So thankfully there will be more of these, which is great news, and also it makes me wonder how many other exclusive drops they will do in this sort of style, where you need to be watching their stream or whatever and then you gotta grab it, redeem it on the website, etc, etc. Very eager to know how that would actually work out, and I guess how creative that can get. So if you have any idea on what they could potentially do in that structure, do let me know in the comment section below. Now this is either going to blow your mind or you're going to say, Really? So I found this a couple of days ago and didn't think too much of it until I realized how many other people are completely unaware of it, just like switching from daytime to night. So if you open up your map, of course you have a few ways you can navigate it, right? And you can slowly zoom out, etc, etc. But if you keep tapping on the zoom out button, you get a complete bird's eye view of the map, which can we just appreciate first of all on how big it is, but also what's so helpful, especially as far as seeking new things go, when you hover over each area, it tells you what's in there and how much you've collected. Now, as I say, call me a rookie, whatever you wish, but I've been playing this game since the 7th, and I found this specifically on the 10th, and then I realized how many other people were totally unaware of it, so there's that. And let's be honest, there's so much stuff that is almost obvious when you find it, and then you question on how obvious it is that, well, I'm not going to tell anyone I didn't find it because it's so obvious, and then you realize, wow, no one else also knows this is a thing. So, as I say, there's that. Now, a new concern that has been rising is regarding the day one patch, and it's really one of those things that a lot of people feel a little bit in limbo with. Now, to quickly bring you up to speed, the other day there was a random patch that rolled out, and a lot of people assumed it was the day one patch, including myself for the most part. I was probably, I'd say, sitting at like a solid 60%, right? And I told you guys to check your consoles just in case, which by the way, I'm still doing every single day, just because, just in case. Now, of course, console users haven't so far, at least yet anyway, got this mysterious update. And of course, if it was the supposedly day one patch, they are typically a very big deal, and there would have been some sort of announcement. Also, to add, some people saw a difference with their game, whereas others said they didn't actually notice too much of a difference at all. Now, one thing someone did mention was that their loading times actually changed, specifically when they go through doors, because of course, you know, you gotta wait like a second or two, right? And you get a little circle bar or loading bar, whatever you want to call it, that pops up, and that is basically just, you know, I guess rendering the other side of the game. I thought that was the norm. It turns out apparently it's not meant to be the norm, at least to that user anyway. Now, someone mentioned the following: why the silence on when the patch is coming? It then continued to say, do you know if the developers have acknowledged the issues on PC? If not, why the silence? They've been so quiet about when a fix is coming. Many PC players can barely play a game they paid for. It's an amazing game, but the situation is really leaving a sour aftertaste to the game. And please don't comment the game works perfectly for me. This thread is for people who are having issues specifically on PC optimization. So it seems like that random update was actually in an attempt to help PC users, but it never really did anything. And then of course that leads to the overall question of that day one patch and whether or not it may be delayed because of the issue that PC users are facing. Now, overall, the PC community is pretty disappointed because they've kind of got the short end of the straw for the most part on so many situations. So I do feel for the PC community as far as that goes, and I really hope that the delay on the overall day one patch is because it is a priority to fix the overall performance on PC. Now, earlier today we found out that there was a feature in this game that so many people have wanted that the crazy part is they actually added and then decided to remove. And then I also wanted to find out what happens if you go to another house's common room. Can you actually go in? Do you get rejected? And well, with two specific houses, I found out something very, very interesting. So check out the video that you see on screen right now.